Take your time, you're perfect there, no rush. Okay. Okay. Just another example of how short of a time game viewers can spend in these sightings. It sometimes blows my mind, actually. But like I say, they do have pressure from their guests, but I can't help but feel that people don't spend long enough with these animals. Because if you think about it, the time spent traveling between animals that you lose actually watching any one given animal can be considerable, because you can be covering large distances here between sightings, and if all you're doing is ping-ponging between sighting and sighting, you may be spending a lot of time not actually with animals. And it's imperative to spend time with animals in order to be able to see them act and behave as they normally do. And I would rather invest time and effort into one animal and then get a chance of seeing some special sightings, rather than bouncing between many and just ticking off animals from a list. So they just are monstrous animals. Joe on Twitter says that she didn't think that buffalo calf looked very young. To put things in perspective, if you think of the wildebeest that we've been looking at, they don't look young anymore, but they're only 2 months old and certainly still nursing. So, and I think it is a longer period of time for nursing for buffalo. I don't know of the exact time, but I'm guessing around 6 months would be the period in which it would need to drink milk. Obviously a lot more in the beginning, and its mother would wean it off towards the end of that 6 month period, but I think about a 6 month period, or possibly even longer, for nursing. But I don't know exactly how old that buffalo is. I just can't help but feel that it is still requiring milk. I'm sure there will be ways of establishing more accurately as to how old it is, but for me it would be a guess as at around 6 months to 8 months of age. So maybe at the end of weaning. But you would have noticed, I'm sure, how it came up to the rear of that buffalo bull and wanted to suckle, but it's probably tried many times and failed, so maybe that's why it didn't persist, or maybe it's been kicked a few times by the buffalo bull when it's tried, because the buffalo bull understandably would not know what that calf would want in that rear end of his body. So good question though. I'm not too sure of any finer details though, sadly, in terms of how old they will be when they stop drinking milk or stop requiring milk.